Hey everybody, it's Alexander Creek. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome back to the Stars and Astrology and Intuition podcast if you're listening to the audio only version. So we're going to be talking about the new moon Leo today and what you might expect for your sign. I'm not going to lie, it's really not that much to this new moon. It's just a bright, optimistic, nice energy. So that part's going to be pretty short, but make sure you stick around and listen for what to expect for your rising sign. But before we get into that, I'm really excited to announce that I am going to be offering a monthly membership service for astrology. So I'm going to have two different tiers. This is going to be hosted on my Patreon. It's called Mapping Your Stars. This is basically going to get you exclusive access to either weekly horoscopes for your sign that go more in detail than I do on my YouTube channel or my podcast. And I also am going to be offering a monthly personalized astrology forecast. So that there's going to be two different levels. The first level is going to be $11 per month. That is going to get you that weekly horoscope, as well as a monthly Zoom with me or a monthly live with me, where we're going to be talking about the astrology of the full moon or the new moon, kind of whenever we do it, how that might affect your chart. We'll just talk about astrology. The second level will include both of those weekly exclusive horoscopes for your sign, as well as that Zoom or live. I keep saying Zoom. And then the second level is actually going to include a monthly personalized forecast done by me. That's going to be exclusive to your chart. So I will tell you kind of key dates to look out for, the astrology of the new and full moon, and kind of the significant transits or whatever cycles are playing out in your chart at the time. If you have done an astrology reading with me before, you know I really go in on like the details, and it's accurate. Predictive astrology is one of my favorite things, and I'm really excited to help you all track your cycles, to help you learn astrology, and to give you some freaky good information. And I think for an affordable price. That second tier is going to be $35 per month, and that's going to get you everything that I just described. So if you are wanting to check that out, go ahead and check the link in the show notes to my Patreon, or you can click or it will also be in the comment section on YouTube as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think there's going to be a lot to offer with this membership, and it's going to give you a lot of information and a lot of insight and a little happiness and joy in your inbox weekly and or monthly, however you decide to go. So let's go ahead and talk about this new moon in Leo. Okay, so let's talk about this new moon in Leo. This is a pretty straightforward new moon. It's really not very complicated, and it's a really kind of refreshing bright spot in this month because there's a lot of challenging, messy astrology, dynamic astrology, but messy astrology in the month of August. And thankfully, this is just not that complicated. So the new moon begins a new lunar cycle for the moon. When she meets up with the sun, she's sort of programmed with sort of new instructions. And this really is a time of some new beginnings. This is like a nice, fresh reset energy. This is a very bright and optimistic energy, particularly because the moon and the sun will be making some favorable aspects, some sextile aspects. So these are going to be aspects of opportunity with Mars, the planet of action and energy and boldness and courage, along with Jupiter, that planet of expansion and opportunity, luck and wisdom. And whenever we have Mars and Jupiter together in the sky, we kind of get this victorious energy of success. So there is this really kind of optimistic flair to this new moon. Number one, it's going to give you the energy to like go after something or just do something and kind of see what happens with that aspect to Mars. And with this aspect to Jupiter, it's kind of saying like, people, think big. It's okay. Like there is like a success kind of oriented energy to this as well, because this new moon is in Leo. You know, Leo is a fire sign ruled by the sun, and this is very much giving the energy of like, be courageous and kind of just see what happens. And also it kind of calls back to just sort of when we are in Leo season. This is a time to kind of embody the archetype of the sun in Leo. The sun in astrology is like the king of the solar system. It is big, it is bright, it is bold, it is shining, is in your face, is radiating, is life-giving, and when you get too close to it, it burns the shit out of you. So I'm not sure how to embody that last part. But the sun in your birth chart is sort of like all about like what makes you unique, essentially, and it's really kind of about your unique soul spark or life force. And this new moon is sort of asking you to maybe kind of embody that, or embody the things that make you you, even to the point of like, hey, does this like, am I worried about being cringe or annoying? No, like this is sort of like lean in to whatever makes you unique and lean into just kind of expressing yourself, creating, kind of radiating your energy. Leo is by nature a playful sign. It's jovial, and it's really kind of about sort of living out the sort of passion of life. So it's really kind of saying embody that energy, take this as a moment to enjoy life, enjoy the sun. And even if you aren't, beginning something, like even if you don't have some sort of new beginning or like, this big thing that you're starting, this is just a nice reset kind of energy, and a little energy that can propel you for like this first half of the month, just kind of see what happens. So let's see maybe what new beginning or what new reset is coming in with this new moon based on your rising sign. And I did record this other segment before, so the volume is going to sound different. So just FYI, so sorry for any kind of volume changes. So anyway, let's go ahead and see what is up for you based on your rising sign. Okay, so let's talk about what is happening in the realm of for each rising sign for this new moon in Leo. So we're going to start, of course, with Aries and just go through the order of the zodiac. And remember, you can always look for the timestamp either in the show notes or in the comments to kind of bring you forward to your sign. So you have to listen to everyone else's. So, and I also do recommend listening for your rising sign. That's going to be the most accurate if you have an accurate birth time. I would calculate your rising sign if you don't know it. Otherwise, listen for your sun or your moon, whichever resonates more. So for Aries, this new moon is happening in your 5th house. This is like a spark of life from this Leo new moon to the part of your chart that really rules over things that bring you pleasure. Your creative projects and your creativity. And children are actually found here too, because again, there are things that we create. This is also the house of romance and sex too. So frankly, like, this energy could really kind of spark something in like the romance department. It could spark something in your like romance or sex life. It could be like, hey, it's time to create something. It's time to like get my artistic juices flowing, or anything that's about like recreation, pleasure, right? So this is a new moon that's going to encourage you to have some fun, I think. It could be that also it could be that this new moon, there could be something tied to maybe like a day trip or maybe even like a little bit of travel, because it is aspecting Mars and Jupiter in your 3rd house of communication and travel. It also could just be like you spark with someone that you like meet online, because Mars and Jupiter, these Gemini planets, are in your 3rd house of communication right now. So there's something with like spark of communication or something connected to like more fun, just really kind of getting fun, romance, creative juices flowing. But I think this new moon in Leo for you is about having a little bit more fun, possibly. So for Taurus rising, this new moon is falling in the 4th house of home and family. So this is kind of giving like, have a party at home. Like this is saying, make your home space more fun, more, so new things involving home and family. So this could be something involving residence, because it could be like redecorating, or it could be like we're planning a move or a change of residence or something like that. There's possibly, and I do feel like there's a lot of action in your income sector right now. Maybe you're spending money or there are expenses coming up, but at the same time, maybe there's more money to spend, or maybe there's a protective influence over your finances, because we do have Mars and Jupiter there. So there could be something new tied to home and family, but also something maybe possibly coming up with finances at this time as well. For Gemini rising, so this new moon is falling in your communication sector. You could be learning, there could be something, there's like a spark around like learning or studying something new. Or possibly, let me adjust my mic here. I think it's a little far away. Yeah, so you could be learning or studying something new. Perhaps there's like a bold new thing you're doing with like some kind of communications project. Maybe there's something fun around like travel, or like some kind of day trip or something where you're like not going too far. There also could be something like, this sort of new kind of passionate energy. There's just something new around like daily, like around your daily rituals and your immediate environment. It's just saying it's saying kind of liven these things up. You might be feeling a little bit testy lately as Mars is in your sign. Your words might be a little bit sharper right now too. So there is something really dynamic and forceful about your communication. And again, this new moon is making an aspect to Jupiter, which is in your sign too. So this is kind of like an expansive energy for you lately in general, even though you do have some challenges from Saturn in your career sector. I'm just kind of, again, I don't want to read too much into this, but the new moon, I just think livening up your daily environment, communications, and correspondences, maybe some travel going on for you. For Cancer rising, this new moon is falling in your income sector. So things involving earned income, like a paycheck to you, your assets, your finances. You could see maybe like a little bit of a boost here or some kind of new beginning reset. Maybe you're connecting to more income, a secondary source of there's some sort of positive beginning around income for you. It also could be around like the skills and talents and things that you have to sort of support you in this life. It also could be, this could really frankly be about self-worth too. It could just be like, I'm a boss ass bitch. Like I deserve to make more money, something like that. And I'm going to say there's something going on with maybe like hidden things or things connected to your subconscious. This new moon is in your second house of self-worth, and it is sextiling Mars and Jupiter in your 12th house. So, Mars in your 12th could really kind of stir up any kind of negative thought programming you might have about yourself. But Jupiter here too is sort of like you might be finding more, you might be encouraged by the universe to simply kind of get rest, retreat, to connect to your spiritual self. So there's kind of a lot going on with like your hidden subconscious mind. And with this new beginning connected to your self-worth sector, it's like maybe excavate anything in your subconscious mind that has to do with like, hey, I'm not actually worth this much, or hey, I actually kind of suck. Like it's sort of like ejecting that and connecting to this sort of bold confidence sort of Leo energy with this new moon. For Leo rising, this new moon is in your first house of self. So this is a good time for anything really with your appearance or physical body. Like if you're wanting to debut a new look, to get your hair done, to like just do something different with your appearance that makes you feel like a little like, Zazazoo or like dazzle. This might be a good time for that. This is really kind of like a personal new reset, new beginning for you in general. You might feel like this is like a really like, this is like some sort of strong new beginning for you. This is really just kind of like a breath of fresh air energy. And, I might do like a little ritual, I might do like a little candle ritual or something that you're bringing some sort of new life, something symbolizing that. This new moon is again making an aspect to Mars and Jupiter. They are in your 11th house. So with Jupiter here, there is some expansion and growth and opportunities that come from groups of people, your friends or your colleagues or your social groups that you're connected to, or kind of like a larger kind of communities. Mars is here as well, so there might be there frankly is more action in this part of your chart, and maybe frankly even some conflict with these people in your life. However, because Mars and Jupiter are going to be playing nicely with this new moon, this feels like a very social new moon for you. It might be that you do have some opportunities sort of coming in from friends, from groups, from people that are sort of allied with you. It's also possible, too, that you're going to become more aware of what your goals and wishes are for the future as well. So for Virgo rising, this new moon is falling in your... Where the hell is it? Oh, there we go. I could not find it. This new moon is falling in your hidden 12th house. So this is kind of giving having fun, self-care day at home kind of vibes. Or like I'm going to be in my hotel room doing a face mask, watching a movie, taking myself out to dinner. But it's kind of giving like where there's like a rest and retreat, maybe kind of not isolating, but just like I maybe only want to be around my close people. I don't really want to be around a ton of people because this new moon is falling in the house of isolation, rest and retreat. So kind of feels like Netflix at home or like having fun and celebrating kind of in like a really comfortable environment where you have some privacy. Or even, it could be like getting out to nature, like, just something where you're sort of not surrounded by tons of people. This is also a kind of a good like refresh on your sort of subconscious beliefs. Excuse me. This new moon is sextiling Mars and Jupiter in your 10th house. There might be some sort of, this could be tied in with maybe some sort of opportunity like relating to your career, or perhaps you're going to get like a new fresh perspective on work and career. Jupiter is in this part of your chart for until June 2025. So there's plenty of opportunity for some expansion from Jupiter at this point. You also just might be feeling that there's more action or like a little bit of edginess or conflict within career space for you right now. But again, this new moon is playing nicely with Mars and Jupiter. So it's like, I just would say self-care. Self-care is kind of what I'm getting for you. For Libra, the new moon is falling in your 11th house. So this is a new opportunity or reset or new beginning with groups of people, with friends, with colleagues, with people that you are sort of networking with people in these sort of larger kind of communities. This is also a good time to kind of think about what you might want to manifest in the future, because this house is also part of it. It has to do with your hopes and wishes and goals for the future. So it's sort of like think big, like what do you want, essentially, is sort of like what it is sort of connecting to. You also might be more connecting to your spirituality or your larger kind of beliefs and philosophy at this time, or maybe even there's stuff coming up with travel, as this new moon does aspect Jupiter and Mars in your 9th house of higher education, wisdom, travel. So there could be a lot of action kind of in that area for you as well. For Scorpio rising, this is a new opportunity involving your career, putting yourself out there in promotion, as it falls in your 10th house of career, public reputation, and like achievement and authority figures. So this is a good time to promote yourself. There could be a new opportunity coming in with your career at this time. This is a time for you to shine in your career, for just like boost and bolster your reputation a little bit, to being seen favorably from those in authority. This is also possibly a good thing financially for you too, as this is connected to Jupiter and Mars in the 8th house. So there is some action that you're taking. There's some energy being stirred up in your shared finances sector. So this is like credit cards, loans, finances, just finances across the board, and other people's money. So it could be like good for your partner's money, or they're making more money or something. But I do feel like there's a new opportunity in career possibly. Or if it's not like a tangible opportunity, this is a time to sort of set some goals for yourself as far as your career goes. For Sagittarius rising, this new moon is falling in your 9th house. This is a lot of passion connected to what you believe, the big picture of life, higher education. It could be that you are taking some sort of big new course at this time, or that you're interested in like spirituality or astrology or history or philosophy or something connected to that. It could be that you're just connecting more to really kind of what your spirituality is at this time. It could be that you're planning a trip, or there's something coming up with travel. What else about the 9th house? Higher education, travel, beliefs, philosophy. I think kind of covers it. It is also aspecting Jupiter and Mars in your 7th house of partnership at this time. So you do have some opportunities for collaboration and alliances and new relationships with Jupiter going through your 7th house until June of 2025. With Mars here, there's definitely like maybe you've been severing some relationships or walking away from some, or perhaps there's been some conflict, or just maybe more action. There's like just action being stirred up in that 7th house. So this new moon is going to kind of bring up like, what do you believe? What are you passionate about? Where, like kind of like what is your overall sort of worldview? And it's something with that connected with partnership, possibly with this new moon. Capricorn, this new moon is falling in your 8th house. So this is a new opportunity or new beginning or fresh reset connected to credit cards, loans, inheritances, partner's money, any money that is not directed to you as a paycheck that is sort of tied up in these other accounts or other people, or perhaps it's your intimate partner's finances. This could be a good new moon to access like a new line of credit, to apply for a loan, to apply for some sort of refinancing. Or there's a new opportunity coming up with like your partners making money. And this is also, even the 8th house is even like insurance. So this could be like a time that you might want to be looking at, like, am I paying too much? Like that kind of thing. This new moon, and also beyond that, the 8th house is also it's the house of death. So I'm not saying like, oh, someone's going to die. It's more like you might be thinking about matters connected to mortality, frankly, or you might be thinking about like your will and your estate. It's also possible that you're just sort of, that this is like a deeper kind of healing energy for you, because the eighth house can also be like very psychological. It can be about like the wounds that we kind of carry around, or sort of psychological baggage. So you might be kind of getting really deep, going into just sort of connecting with something deeper during this new moon. The eighth house is also anything connected to like the occult and psychic experiences. So this is kind of a psychic new moon for you, possibly too. If you wanted to connect to spirit guides or like the other side, this is a good new moon for you to do that. This new moon is also sextile, so making a harmonious aspect to Jupiter and Mars in your sixth house. There's been a lot for you going on in either health or work. Jupiter is here. They're simply saying there's going to be more work available for you, or there's it's expanding things connected to coworkers, people that you work for, your work routines, maybe more work on your plate. And Mars here has also maybe stirring some things up. Maybe there's been maybe you're separating from something connected to work. Maybe there's just more conflict at work, or there's just more of it. There's like a stirring up of this energy. So with this new moon, possibly maybe there's something coming in from your job connected to like benefits, connected to more money. There's something with finances and work connected here, or possibly that you're using like benefits to sort of get ahead in like your health, because sixth house can be health. So it could be that you're really working on your health right now, that you're doing more exercise, or that you're connected to like different health routines. It's also very possible as well. So something with eighth house, money, and health and work coming up for you this new moon. For Aquarius, we have the new moon falling in your seventh house of partnership. So this could be that, let's say, a flirtation or situationship turns into a relationship, or that you have a sort of fresh new perspective on relationships, or who you actually want to be partnering with, who you want to share your energy with. This could just liven up, bring some fun, inject some fun and passion into your current partnerships, whether that's romantic, business, friendship, whatever it is. This is sort of stimulating this kind of, passionate, joyful, solar energy into your seventh house of partnership. So new beginnings in that part of your life. And also sometimes seventh house can also speak to just like contractual agreements. I've seen seventh house be like connected to work before, like the agreement that you have with your employer, or these sort of like formal agreements. So it could be that you just have some sort of new agreement coming in with this new moon. I'm going to say this new moon does feel more relationship oriented though, because this new moon is playing with Mars and Jupiter in your fifth house of romance, children, and creativity. So it is very possible that there is like something that has been stirred up, connected to love life and romance and sex, that is kind of really linked very positively to this new moon. So it's possible that there's like a new relationship coming forward at this time. It's also possible too that you've just been working more on your hobbies, on your passions, on things that bring you pleasure, with Jupiter moving through this part of your chart. It could be that your child's really busy and there's a lot involving children in your life right now. There could be some kind of conflict with the child as well, or conflict in your love life because of Mars here, because Mars tends to aggravate and also energize. So it's kind of both. So I feel this connection with relationships and like love life stuff. And yeah, so interesting. You got a lot going on there. I kind of like it for you though. So, and then Pisces, new moon is falling in your sixth house. This could be a time where you are looking for more work, where a contract or new gig comes through, where there's some sort of reset or new beginning connected to your work, or who you're working with, or who you work for. This could also kind of reset your sort of work routines and sort of how you go about getting the job done. Also, this is connected to possibly health for you too. It could be a new beginning with your health, with implementing some sort of new exercise or nutrition routine, or anything how you sort of take care of your physical body. Occasionally, sixth house can be small pets as well. So it could be like, dogs, cats, sort of new pets coming through, especially because we have this new moon is connected to Jupiter and Mars in your fourth house of home and family right now. So since May of this year, Jupiter has been in Gemini. They're bringing in some expansion, some growth, some opportunity connected to your home, your residence, or your family. I'm going to say with Mars being in Gemini right now, perhaps there's been some conflict with family, or just a lot of action
with your home and with family. So this new moon does kind of feel like it is looking at your kind of foundations of life: work, health, home, family. There's some new things coming with these aspects of your life. So I hope that was helpful to you, and happy new moon. Again, if you have any questions about Patreon, about those memberships, please get a hold of me. Those of you who are signing up, I'm really happy, really excited. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. So happy new moon, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you so much.